Welcome to Make Corp, a bi-weekly podcast where we reach into the Imagisphere and pull out the next great video game idea. I am the CEO of Make Corp, Bryce.
And I am the CEO of Make Corp, Beckers.
Last time on this podcast, we made Get Swole, Dig Hole, the game gym. How'd that do, Beckers?
Well, as you can tell by the many buff nerds that there are roaming the land, our video game gym was a huge success. The nerds have hit the streets with their new muscles, and they've beat up all the people that aren't nerds, and now all the nerds rule the land. And they're peer pressuring everybody into playing more video games. So now we should come up with more video games because the market has grown in size.
Yes. Speaking of video games, you know that project we were working on about getting people into the video games?
Yes.
You know that one. So good news and other news. Mike, the intern, we had him testing it out. We got him into the video game. He sat on the big plate. You know, we pulled up a scene from Willy Wonka, and they did it with a candy bar, and we're like, we'll do that with the video game. And we had Mike sit on the thing, and we teleported.
He wouldn't download an intern.
And he ended up in the video game, but just like the Willy Wonka, we didn't really finish the Willy Wonka movie. We thought like, oh, we'll just build that, and we didn't see how it worked out. And neither Willy Wonka nor us know how to get them out of the game TV experience. So that happened.
So he's moved from intern to game tester.
Yeah.
Permanently.
Also, I think the copy of Foul Play that had Mike on it did get shipped out. So if you're listening to this and you happen to have a very scared intern in your copy of Foul Play, can you just maybe send that back? We might need that. I don't know. Anyway, did you know that you can help us come up with video game ideas? You can just go to twitter.com and tweet them using the hashtag GameMakeCorp. They're good, and they are the experience points that help GameMakeCorp level up in the corporate world.
And become even more swole.
I'm putting all my points into stealth.
Okay.
Also, we have a subreddit at reddit.com/r/GameMakeCorp, where you can do the thing, but to a very discerning audience. Me. Just me. No one else goes to that subreddit. So, go there and do the thing. Ready for the game ideas?
I'm ready. I was born ready.
I know. Beckers, have you heard of Pokemon?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm actually a Pokemon master.
Okay. So apparently Pokemon, they did the Pokemon Go's, and they put in a new one into the Pokemon Go's, but it was really an old one. They had the Pokemon. His name's Ratchet and Clank. That's
I thought it was Nutsack because it's a nut in a little sack.
Okay. That's also an option. And it's a bad one. They did a bad Pokemon.
It's a bad one.
So I think Make Corp needs to do a service to the Pokemon company and make the new Pokemon for them, because it seems like they're out of Pokemon. So we need to make the Pokemon.
They should lose the right to make the Pokemon because obviously
because they put a nut.
They aren't doing it good.
They put a nut on a sack, and that was the Pokemon. And they made a big deal about it too. Like, this is the best we got. Look at it. And then no, please.
It's like it's gonna evolve into Magnemite.
Maybe.
But it doesn't have its eyeball yet.
It's got a little black thing.
All right.
In the nut.
Inside of its nut.
So I think for once you and me need to do a cooperative thing here. You know how the main games always have two of them. There's always the red and the blue, the gold and the silver, the Jeremy and the Billy Bob. Those always the ones. So
I'm way ahead of you here.
I'll tell you about the exclusive Pokemon for my version, and then you tell me the exclusive Pokemon for your version, and then once we figured out all of our Pokemon, we'll decide the names of our Pokemon games.
Oh my gosh, I have so many good ideas already. Let's go. I'm ready.
Okay. My first one is a vampire bat, and his name is
Zubat?
Nope, not that's all normal bat because he's got sonic waves and stuff. Vampire bats bite with the teeth.
So he's gonna suck their blood.
Yep, he's got the big teeth, and he's gonna be a real suck boy, and his name's Vamp Bat. And that's mine. That's my first one. Your turn.
That's an idea. It is.
Top it. Show me the real Pokemon master as you claim to be.
Okay, well, I want to make a unique Pokemon, right? Because they've already made pretty much everything like ice cream and literal garbage into Pokemon. So there's not a lot left. So I understand why you made a bat when there's already a bat. And I know it's marginal difference, but whatever. So I want to make something truly unique. I want to make a Pokemon that's just a big arm. Big ol' arm. But bigger. He's flexing for those that are just listening.
I am. I'm showing my large arm.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, it's an arm.
A big old arm, and we're gonna call it Punchy.
Punchy the arm. What's the type? What's the type? Mine's flying. My guy's flying. What's your type?
I mean, he's obviously fighting.
Okay. My next Pokemon is the evolution of Vampbat, and his name is Vampire, and he's a human that he has the same moveset as Vampbat, but he's the human looking one. He's like the Jinx or the other Hitmonlee, the ones that are like, this is a guy, right? Like, this is a human. And they're just like, no, it's a Pokemon. And like, it seems like this is a human.
Yeah, the point where it gets to be where it's like, is this a pet anymore? Because it's got like, it's walking on two legs and it's got like human face. I'm really uncomfortable with the fact that this is an animal in this world.
There are Pokemon who can talk. So imagine a Hitmonlee that can talk.
Right.
Like, what?
I'm really creeped out right now, honestly.
That's a human.
Pokemon went a lot of ways. There's some things I'm uncomfortable with, like Poplio and how it, like Primarina, that one is a freaking mermaid, right? It's kind of hot.
Okay, so mine's Vampire. It's the evolution of Vampbat, and he looks like a human and has the same moveset. Your turn.
So Punchy is gonna evolve into a bigger arm, and the middle evolution, He's gonna have a little middle finger sticking up. And it's not gonna be punchy. It's gonna be smashy.
Okay. He's a bigger arm with a middle finger up, and he's smashy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the middle finger make it hard to smash?
No, because once it gets the middle finger can shoot hyper beam.
Hyper beam out the middle finger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And once it hits the middle evolution, it's fighting normal type.
Okay.
So that it can use hyper beam.
My next Pokemon is wood type. Do they have that one?
They don't.
We're adding that. We're adding the new types. We're breaking the mold here. Not
Oh my
only
gosh,
new Pokemon, new types is wood. Doctor Who can do nothing against this Pokemon. And it's the best. And this is the wood one. But it's like really pointy wood. It's like, you know,
toothpick.
No, but like fatter. Like one end's fatter and the other end's like really skinny and pointy.
Oh no.
And his name's Mr. Pointy, and he's a wood type. And the flying type are weak to wood. So that's the advantages of wood type.
So he's a steak.
I mean,
no,
because he's wood.
Vampire.
He's wood. Steaks are made of meat. Go ahead, Beckers.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
You monster.
Okay.
Steaks are made of Tauros in this world. Or I think there's another cow and I can't remember right now.
We've already discussed the trying to cook food in the Pokemon world.
Yeah, it's messed up, man. You're not supposed to think about it for long.
Go ahead.
So, oh man, Mr. Pointy. So you created a counter for your first Pokemon, right?
Well, yeah, my first two.
Your first two Pokemon, right? So I should make a counter for my first two Pokemon. And you know what counters fighting types and normal types? You guessed it, more fighting types. That's literally the answer. That's not a joke. I'm pretty sure
the weakness
right.
to fighting is fighting?
Yes.
I thought it was like psychic and
Well,
ghost.
there's more than one.
Okay.
There's more than one. But normal type's definitely weak to fighting, that's for sure. Because that's how you take out a Snorlax. I digress.
Snorlax is normal.
Yes. Welcome to the podcast. My next Pokemon, from the makers of Punchy and Smashy.
The makers?
It's gonna be the maker of Punchy and Smashy. It's gonna be a big leg.
Okay.
And it's gonna be kicky. And it's gonna have a... No. We'll save that for the evolution. The evolution is gonna be like punty or something. I don't know, some deeper form of kicking. It's gonna be a bigger leg. And this one's gonna have an anchor tattooed on the thigh. And it's gonna be a little hairy.
Spoilers.
I have another idea for the next one. I didn't really want to do this again. So.
Okay. My next Pokemon, I'm adding in another new type. The support class. It's a type, it's the support. And he's also a human, and he's a doctor. He's a doctor Pokemon. You don't have to take your Pokemon to the Poke Center anymore. You got one of your Pokemon is a doctor. You're good. You're worried about all your guys dying. Don't worry about it. Your new one's there, and his name is Dr. Acula, and that's the new Pokemon. Dr. Acula is gonna save the day, and he's your vampire bat got hurt from the woodman. Don't worry, Dr. Acula's here, and he's gonna heal it all good, and everything's fine now. Go ahead, Beckers.
Are you planning on like doing a garlic Pokemon by chance, or
No, what? I don't.
that would be dumb, right? Okay. All right, so my next one's gonna be another evolution, right? From a Pokemon that has needed one for a long time. So this Pokemon went to school and he studied for a long time, and now he's received his next level of education, and he's now Dr. Mime instead of Mr. Mime. And now
Seems like you're just taking my thing.
he's not that kind of doctor. He has a PhD, you idiot.
In what?
Come on. In what are
Okay.
acting. Acting, because he was a mime. So now he's a theater doctor. I'm sure that exists. That's probably real. And now he can use new moves like
Faint. Fake attack, but then later
Faint.
does it for real.
faint. And he can do Play Dead. That's a new move coming in this game. It's called Play Dead. And it's where he can't be attacked. His health goes to 0 for the round. And at the end of the turn, he slaps you because he wasn't dead.
That's where like the other player gets a like congratulations you won screen, and then they unplug their Nintendo DS Link cable, going like, oh, good game, and then when they go to walk away, your Dr. Mime gets up and is like, JK. And then you show them your screen of Miss Dr. Mime standing up, and then their screen goes and shows the same thing, and then you're like, you disconnected your cable.
Now you lose.
Yeah, you gave up, and then they lose.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was going for. Thank you for picking up on that. Yes. I was gonna say that, yeah.
My next Pokemon is Charles Barkley, and he's the basketball type.
Basketball type?
Basketball type. He's a basketball. He's a basketball. His name's Charles Barkley.
What are his moves?
Growl and bite, cause Barkley.
But he's a basketball. He's gonna open himself and bite.
You would be scared if a basketball with teeth came at you. You would have the nightmares.
I don't think I would, because he's gonna open his mouth and then he's gonna deflate. All the air's gonna come out.
Nah, he's a Pokemon that doesn't. He's good.
All right, we'll just suspend our disbelief here. That's just okay. All right, it's ridiculous, but whatever.
Okay. What do you got?
Okay, what do I got?
By the way, that was my last one.
Okay, so I'll have one more. So we have a mermaid Pokemon now, right? And we also have like fire chickens and that, whatever. So we have a mermaid Pokemon, right? This next one, it's gonna be
the very best.
Exactly. Yes. Instead of a mermaid, how about a banshee?
Okay. So it's a screamy mermaid.
Yes. And it's got a special move. No, banshees aren't mermaids. You're thinking of a siren.
Yeah, sure. But
I want a banshee. Banshees are landbound creatures, probably.
I guess. Sirens sing the happy song, whereas banshees scream the upset song.
Nope.
Okay. I thought you were gonna make a flying mermaid. That's a fly maid.
A banshee.
Okay.
Because it's too late. I've committed down this path, even though that idea was sick. And it's gonna have a special move. And it's going to be called...
The Flymaid could have one of those helicopter hats, and then it's constantly spinning, so it makes it fly.
So we're going to make a Flymaid. And it's going to be called Helicopo. Helicopo. That's the Pokemon.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a pretty Pokemon with long hair with a helicopter thing coming out of his head, propeller. And it's gonna fly around and it's gonna drop stuff on you. Like
poop?
Bombs. That was a different direction than I went.
I mean, which one you got access to more of, bombs or poop? You're always making more of one of them.
I don't know who's listening to this, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna plead the fifth to that question.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So we got our wood type and our new basketball type.
Yep.
All these new moves like poop bombs.
Okay. What is the name of your Pokemon game? Pokemon blank.
Well, they have to be two halves of a whole, right? So they have to be opposites of each other.
Okay.
Like sun and moon.
Yeah.
What if we made like peanut butter and jelly?
No. You tell me yours, I'll tell you mine, and we'll figure out where they meet in the middle.
Okay. Hold on. Sorry. What the hell did I end up with? I have an arm and a leg and
seems like yours has a very clear theme. Well,
Full Metal Alchemist. Oh, okay. So an arm, a leg, Dr. Mime, and Helicopo. I need to come up with a better name for it, but the Flymaid. Let's just call it the Flymaid.
It seems like I kind of threw you the bone there, and you just gave it back, but then you took it back again. Shut up,
Bryce. Anyway, so I have those. I almost had theme, and then I got rid of it for some dumb stuff.
Okay.
It's almost like with all these body parts and a doctor involved, it's like surgery gone bad, you know?
Okay.
Let's call it like
Pokemon surgery?
Pokemon amputation or something.
Okay.
Pokemon Pokemon ouch. I don't know. What's yours?
Mine is Pokemon Charles Barkley's first basketball game. Oh no, there's vampires there. Now I need the steak. Oh, it's a battle now. Let's do this. The game.
You made fun of my ideas.
So it's Pokemon Ouch. Pokemon Ouch is yours?
Let's call it Pokemon Dr. Mime gets his medical degree taken away, and then he marries a flying mermaid. Flymaid.
Okay, so
since we're into really long titles.
Say yours again.
Dr. Mime.
No, say that.
Gets his.
You gotta say the first thing.
I'm sorry. Pokemon. Dr. Mime gets his medical license revoked for botched amputations, and then marries a Flymaid.
And Pokemon Charles Barkley's first basketball game. Oh no, there's vampires here. Someone give me a steak. It's battle time. The game. So that's our first game idea. We did it.
That was gonna be hard to top.
Well, what do you got to top it with?
My next idea. I want to make a game where you play as a mouse. You're trying to live in your house. And it's not a mouse house. It's just a regular house. Humans live in your house too. They think that they own the house, but it's, you're a mouse, so you think it's your house. That's fine. And you have a mouse wife. The humans keep trying to kill your mouse wife and you, and they set they set traps everywhere. So you have to use your wily mouse brain to evade them.
Okay.
Yep. So they set down some traps and you have to evade them. That's part 1.
Part 1? Okay. Well, how many parts?
There's 2. There's 2 parts.
Okay, what's the second part?
We can plan the third after the first 2 are raging successes. But obviously the first one will be, so we have a part 2.
Are these separate games? Is this like
Yeah.
we release the first game and then like a month later the second game comes out? It's like one of those Telltale things.
Hell yeah.
Chapter 2. Okay, what's happens in this chapter 2?
Well, okay. So chapter 1, you're evading the
Mouse
traps or whatever.
Yep. Okay.
And it's a Telltale game now. So at some point...
Oh God, Beckers, you don't know.
At some point, your mouse wife, Winnie Mouse, she gets caught and she dies. And that's the end of the game. Now you have to go to part 2. And this one's called Mouse Revenge. Ricky Mouse has to get revenge for the death of his wife, Winnie Mouse. And he's gotta get revenge on the humans. That's the game.
Then how does it get the revenge?
Well, the first game, he's gonna poison the cat first of all. Because there's a cat.
Okay.
Like Tom and Jerry.
Yes. That one.
Except he's gotta get rid of the cat.
Okay.
So he's going to put a decoy mouse out there.
Mm-hmm.
Full of cat poison.
Okay.
And the cat's gonna eat it. And he will be poisoned.
What is cat poison?
Funnily enough, it's the same as rat poison. It's just more of it.
Okay. So they took the mouse poison and then they put it in the fake mouse and then the cat ate it. And now it's cat poison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you took care of the cat.
Yep.
Now you gotta take care of the people. And you're just a mouse.
You gotta rock them to sleep at night. You gotta make sure they're well fed because that's how you take care of a person.
That is in a different sense.
The 6.
I mean murder. For revenge for your wife.
Okay.
Your mouse wife.
Yes.
So I'm thinking. You
Finally.
bring the plague. Oh my God. You bring the plague into this house. Because you're a mouse. So you can carry the plague. I think.
I think mouses also die of the plague.
He is on a suicide mission to avenge his wife.
Okay. Why can't he just put he's got the rat mouse poison. Can't he just put it in the human food?
Bryce, that's option number 2.
Okay. What's option number 3?
Option number 3 is...
What's option number 6?
Okay, all right, okay. I'm just going to skip down the list, I guess, because they get a little, better as they go, obviously. So option number 6 is he takes a flamethrower, a mouse flamethrower. So it's really small. It's like it's actually just a match.
It's a match?
And he lights the house on fire.
Shouldn't it be a lighter?
A small flame.
I mean, I feel like a very large lighter would be a flamethrower. So if you did it backwards, then a very small flamethrower would be a lighter, not a match, because a match is just a stick of wood with a flame.
A lighter is too heavy for his little mouse body.
I thought he was getting yoked during, like, whenever you lose somebody, you go get ripped to get away the sadness.
Okay, well the montage, the training montage hasn't happened at this point in the game.
Okay.
If you end up going the flamethrower option, you do that early in the game.
You got to get your mouse stats up or else you won't be able to...
You got to get your mouse stats up. But you do that during the montage, and that's scheduled after the flamethrower attempt. So you take a little match, and you light something on fire.
Yeah, and if you spend all your time at the gym getting yoked so that you can have the lighter, then you won't have been working at your mouse job, and you won't have enough money to afford the lighter. So really, you're kind of screwed either way. You really got to figure out where to put your time so that you can
a good work yoke balance.
Yes. Okay. So what happens?
Okay, well, you spend the whole game trying to murder these people, and you have, throughout the game, you have many attempts, and most of them fail.
Okay.
But I made this content, so I'm going to make everybody try all of it. And the last one's going to succeed. The one that succeeds. And then you win the game.
No matter
and
which
you own the
order.
house now.
Oh.
You've asserted your mouse dominance. And now you own the house, but you're sad and you're a lonely mouse.
I'm gonna play part 1 differently. I'm gonna go. Well, me and the wife are still alive. I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna work at my mouse job, and I'm gonna bring them back a Nintendo DS and put a little bow on that, and then they'll go, "Oh, this is what I wanted. You can live here now, Scraps." And my name's Scraps now. They changed my name, which I feel complicated about, but now my wife's not dead. So part 2 is actually just a vacation montage. It's just if you do part 1 good, then you just get the vacation montage.
If you do part 1 in this way, then you actually skip to part 3.
Okay.
Which is, instead of Mouse's Revenge, it's Mouse Vacation.
But
you plan a vacation to the Bahamas. But
you still have to buy part 2, but it just says put in disc 3. And yes. you have to wait for us to release disc 3.
Yes.
You have to put in disc 2, you put it in, and it's just like put in disc 3, and then people will be like, "But I just did no," and then we're like, "Just do it."
We'll say, "Sorry, you chose the boring route, so now you're instead of you're playing a murder game, now you have to play a
vacation game,
a vacation planning game, and then sit in the mouse sun."
Were you even gonna find a hotel that accommodates mouses in Hawaii?
It's not gonna be a nice hotel.
Yeah, 5-star hotel ain't gonna be taking your kind.
Letting any. I mean, you could be carrying the plague.
and then game 5. We never released a 4. It really confuses people. But game 5 is about being a politician and trying to get mouse rights so that you can stay in whatever hotel you damn well please.
Because you were inspired from your time trying to get a hotel for you and your family.
Yes.
Because in the third one, you've had kids by then. There's a time jump between the first and the third.
There was some stuff that happened on vacation which we can't show, but we can show the curtains, blowing in the wind and some music playing. You'll get the idea. You know what the mouse is about.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of squeaks.
I think I'm ready for our next game idea. I think that's fleshed out. Ready for release.
Beckers, I have a philosophical question for you.
I can see why you came to me. Go on.
Do I have rights?
No.
Okay, do you have rights?
Yes.
Okay, well then I think I'll have to. I was going to phrase this differently, but I guess I'll have to change it. Okay, I don't want it to be you because I feel like that'll provide it'll bias your answers.
I can't wait for this idea to come out.
If your husband turned into a dog, would he have rights?
Does he still have a human mind?
Yes, he still thinks like a human. He can only bark. Because the dog voice box is not the same as the human voice box. He can't. I mean, maybe he can make noises but they're not speech. They're not human speech.
Like that husky that says, "I love you."
Yep, that one. That's exactly how he'll sound. But he's got human brain, but he's a dog now. Does he still retain his entire citizenship?
I think he should. Probably.
Do you think he should be allowed to vote?
Only if he agrees with me.
Because you're gonna like take him into the voting booth and he'll like reach for the pen and you'll be like, oh, dogs can't use pens, and I'll be like, just like, what were you
nice
gonna
opposable thumbs, nerd. Wait, you don't have any.
You'll be like, oh, what were you gonna vote for? Oh no, that wasn't the right one. Let me fill this out for you real quick.
Oh my gosh, I'll be his like service human because he won't be able to do regular human things because he won't have like hands.
Yes. So honestly, I think all the smart animals of the world need a politician to stand up for them. And this is about your husband, who's now a dog, becoming a politician who honestly, there has been a lot of debate around if the dogs should be allowed to vote. There are people who say no, and it's time for Jeremy Pippin to become a politician, become the next great president, and you're a smart dog who's got to be a politician. You got to knock on the doors and be, please vote for me, but you can't talk good, so you just kind of paw at them and then you bark. And that's what being a politician's like.
You hand them a poster. You with your mouth, like you don't hand it to them, you mouth it to them, I guess.
Yes.
And then hijinks ensue.
And
because you go to a house and they're allergic to dogs.
And then animal control shows up, and then there's a whole thing of like, I'm not really a dog, I'm a guy and who's been transformed. I'm a citizen of these here United States. But you're just kind of barking, and the animal controls chasing you down, and you got to outrun them while like, trying to get your message out there. So you've got like a mini map. It's so you'll be like, oh, the animal control is over here, so I need to kind of canvas this area of the neighborhood, and you got to watch out for them. And then one time you'll be knocking on the door, and maybe it's the animal control's house, and then you got to run away, but they got cars.
And yep.
Being a politician's hard, am I right, boys?
Yeah, it consists entirely of going door to door. Okay, but then you got to give speeches.
Yep.
You have to talk it to the people, and stand up at a podium on two legs, and now you have to wear pants to cover your dog junk, because if you're gonna act like a human, you have to dress like a human. You can't let your family jewels be visible to the general public.
Or would that just make them want to vote for you more?
No.
Beckers?
Because you're a dog and that's wrong. We don't support bestiality in this podcast.
Becker?
They don't want to see your junk. No matter how pretty it is.
Beckers, can people invest in this company?
They can. You can invest in Make Corp at our Patreon at patreon.com/lastgeek and receive a shout out in our podcast recording like Aaron C. did. You can help us make great video games like Dog Politician.
And the different mouse games.
And Mouse Revenge and then Mouse Vacation and Mouse House.
Yeah.
And also Pokemon. Never mind, I'm not going to say those.
It was Mouse House, Mouse Revenge, Mouse Vacation, no actual fourth game, Mouse Politician. And then we
Followed by Dog Politician.
Yeah, and then we did Dog Politician, because the dog saw the dog played, your husband played Mouse Politician, and he was like, you know what, the animals need a vote, and now that I'm a dog, I'm going to campaign for them.
Perfect.
And that's what they did.
Especially the animals like me that are humans.
Yep. who knows how many of them are out there?
Mm-hmm.
Without the ability to vote, we'll never find out. But I want to find out what your next game idea is.
Oh, that was smooth. Nice segue. All right.
Good job calling it out.
I just wanted you to notice that I appreciate you in your segues. So you know how in Spider-Man, the comics, the movies, or whatever, there's that newspaper guy who tries to make Spider-Man into a menace?
J. Jonah Jameson.
Probably correct. Well, I want to make a video game where you're a journalist.
B. Becker's Beckham.
B. Becker's Beckham. You're a journalist, B. Becker's Beckham, whose goal is to report the news however you want it to sound. So, like, you're gonna, spin it however you want, right? So, say Captain America saves puppies from a burning building and you don't like Captain America, so you're gonna slander him, but legally because it's gonna be true. So
True? You're shrew?
True.
Oh.
Well, one of the puppies you find out has rabies. So you make a story that says Captain America tried to unleash a rabid dog onto the unsuspecting public.
Did you know that all the supervillains are Spider-Man's fault?
What? How?
But there were no supervillains until Spider-Man showed up.
That's true.
So
he's a real jerk.
Yeah, honestly, if there's no superheroes, there's no supervillains. Name one. Until Superman was out there punching normal criminals who were just trying to rob a bank, and they got beat up, so they had to make a new class of bad people to contend with the big Superman. And honestly, like, cops can't deal with big super bad. So he did a bad one, Superman. You should have stayed home.
It's like the nuclear arms race. Right? Each side starts building up their weapons until both sides have weapons of mass destruction. Except it's superpowers.
My dad told me it was the nuclear popcorn race, where they made the popcorn and then somebody's popcorn got burnt, and then you had to duck under your desk, and that's why when people are having the popcorn day at the school, when you got to watch the movie because the teacher doesn't want to teach anymore. They've had a long day, and they roll the card in and they're like popcorn, but then the room smells all bad because they did it bad. It was because of the nuclear popcorn race. That's the way I remember it.
Oh my God. I never know what to say when you talk about your childhood. You're so weird.
Okay. What's your game about?
I forget. Oh yeah.
B. Becker's Becky
Beckham or something like that. Beckham. So you make you fabricate news stories, right? So we're gonna call it fake news reporter.
Well, on the nose there, but okay.
You get it because it's a cultural reference right now.
Very hip with the kids.
I'm so good with the kids, dude.
I have a game idea.
Yes.
Have you heard of Jumanji?
Yes.
It was a movie with Robin Williams and Kirsten Dunst, and there were other people in it, but those...
Was it Kirsten Dunst?
I'm 96% it was Kirsten Dunst. Oh, and the kid, he worked at a shoe factory. I remember that was a whole thing about the shoes. There was a lot of concern about the shoes.
All right. Well, there's also a new Jumanji.
We don't...
You know that one?
No. Anyway.
I freaking loved it.
I haven't seen it yet. So
you should see it. Anyways.
Jumanji, the old, the good, the best, is about a board game. And I think we should make a Jumanji board game. But I know what you're thinking. Didn't like some bad company make a Jumanji game? And that company's name is Cardinal Games. I was figuring it was like Mattel, but apparently it's some random people. Now, I'm going to read the words on the description. And it says, grab your pawn, roll the 8-sided number die, and move through the jungle. Draw a danger card, and use your decoder to discover the secret message and see if disaster strikes. Your fellow players must race against time to rescue you. Does any of that sound like the movie Jumanji? I at no point saw them pulling danger cards out. No, they rolled the dice, and then the message said, get out of the way, a rhino's coming at you, but it rhymed and stuff, and it was all mysterious of like...
And it was all eloquent and poetic and
yeah, but...
spooky.
It was about a rhino coming at you. You got to be ready for that. That's not in this Cardinal Games Jumanji thing. What if you're not going to make the rhino come at you? There's not the animals. The movie of Jumanji was about the kids playing a normal board game, and then there's animals. You need the animals. So I am going to make the good Jumanji board game.
With live animals.
With live animals. We tried it with dead ones. Nobody seemed to be about that one so much. It just kind of got smelly after a while. A lot was really hard to put away.
We're it was hard to store.
Yeah, like you
had very specific storage conditions. Like the freezer.
Yes, because the bodies would get rotty, and then you'd have to order new ones. So
DLC purchase.
This is a board game. It's Jumanji, and you roll the dice, and the little thing in the middle goes, it's small and bitey, and it's coming to bite ya. We'll have the people who write the riddles and rhymes work on it more, but then it'll
say good nighty.
There we go. And then we'll put it like open box 1, and inside we'll have the game board and we'll have the dice, but there'll also be a bunch of boxes, little boxes that come in it, and you open up the box and a bee flies out, and now there's a bee in your house. So now you gotta play the board game while worrying about the bee, just like in the hit movie Jumanji, where they were playing the board game, but now there was scary insects. Remember? Exactly like the movie. We did it good this time. Now you roll it a second time. That player 2 does, because you got to get to the end, or else you lose, and you were never born, because that's what happened in Jumanji. Well, you were born, but like later, and there's time travel, and you don't remember when you played Jumanji. But the guy who was in the board game, he remembers. He was there. And also, not Kirsten Dunst, but the girl who was a girl at the old times, but in the present times, she's older now, and she's traumatized. We don't include the traumatized person. You have to provide your own. We can't do everything for you people. Anyway,
trauma not included. We'll put that on the box.
I mean, trauma's included, but that's after the fact. After, when you're done, you'll have the trauma, but trauma not pre-installed.
Yeah.
And then be like, roll the dice again, and it's like small and creepy. It's in box number 2, and then you open up box number 2, and it's a wasp. But it's like 3 of them. Stakes are higher this time. Now you got...
Are these all stinging insects, or do you have some more options?
I mean, the boxes are... It's a board game. It's not that big. So we've got a lot of... they're small and crawly, and crawling right at you, and then we'll be like, smash the vial, and it'll be an opaque vial, and you smash it, and ants are everywhere, all over the board game. Can you still play? Probably. They're ants. You'll just scoop them away. But that's the base game, Beckers. That's the $20 version. We're gonna do a base version with just a bunch of insects in there. You want to play the real Jumanji, Beckers?
Yeah, I want rhinos. I want rhinoceroses.
We're gonna have to get high tech with the Jumanji. We're gonna build in Wi-Fi into the little thing in the middle that does the all like, ooh, it's a rhino, it's they roll the dice and then it turns out you try to cheat and now you're a monkey. That we're gonna put Wi-Fi in there. Oh,
I thought you said Wi-Fi.
Yes, that's okay.
I thought it was new.
No. You roll the dice, and the message pops up, and it's like, it's got a long neck, and probably your house wasn't built for it. Get ready for this thing, and previously we've hidden Make Corp employees in all the zoos, and they'll have they'll have pagers that like someone's opened the Jumanji game because the Wi-Fi will tell them that's in the thing, and then they'll load up their truck with they'll steal some of the animals from the zoo because they got all the animals, and they're gonna put them in the truck, and then they drive to the house of the player, and then they go long neck thing, and then they shove a giraffe through the window, and now you're playing the real Jumanji. This one's a lot more expensive, both in the sense that we're going to charge a lot for the game because stealing animals costs money, and also a lot of damage to your household from the giraffe through your window.
So we put the internet in a box.
Yes.
And then they open the box, and the internet tells our people someone opened the box. And we bring the whole zoo to their house, and we just wait. No, we just wait.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, they did the big horned thing runs at you, and it's the rhinoceros.
Yeah, you did it good too. You
so good.
You showed me the way.
We would be so good. We should do a rap battle sometime.
Yeah, it's the next time. The rap battle.
Next time. We throw we bring the rhinoceros and we pinch its butt so it gets angry and it charges in their house.
Yep. And then they got the long neck giraffe. They got the rhino. We also took the zookeeper man. He also has all the base stuff, so he's probably throwing the wasps and the bees boxes in the house while he's at it. He's like, what the heck? I got these. This is probably efficient.
I got a whole truckload.
Yeah. So he's got all those things, and you got to play the game, and then if you can finish it, because now you're playing real Jumanji. Like, can you play the game with some ants on your board game? Probably. You'll probably be fine. Can you play the board game when there's a rhino tearing through your living room? That's a little iffier. And once if you can finish the game, then the zookeeper will wrangle the animals and take them back to the zoo. Otherwise, that's your problem now.
Now they're just loose in the world. So
yeah. Now
you're liable.
Yeah. When you open Jumanji, you sign the contract. By rolling these die, you're responsible for the animals. And
yes.
And if you can finish it, you're still responsible for the damage, but we'll take the animals back to the zoo.
Yeah. I think that's a solid plan.
Also, some clever person's gonna play Jumanji at the zoo, and then shenanigans will erupt.
I feel like that would just be more convenient for us.
Yeah. Then you just open the cage. And then, they'd be like, lions, cage open. Good.
I think the worst part is like somebody tries to play it on on an island or something. And then we have to like hire transport vessels. Be like, please hold for the game to start. We'll have to send a message through the internet box.
Yeah. It'll just be like they'll get the little like waiting symbol, like they roll the dice and like coming, and then a boat pulls up and we're like, I wonder what that's about. Oh well, I'm playing Jumanji. I'll worry about that later.
We'll put in some kind of notice or like a little asterisk at the bottom of the game. Play experience may vary. The closer you are to a zoo, the faster you'll actually get to play the game.
Yes, but we need to make like these are like expert stealthy zookeepers. It needs to seem like the animals are appearing from the void, from the ether, and showing up through your wall, and not a zookeeper has a big van and he's outside your house with a rhino. Stealth ninjas, zookeepers.
So that's why you put all your points in stealth.
Yep, I was ready for this experience. So what do you think? Think we nailed it?
I think I want to play this game because I want to meet a tiger.
Yep. Couldn't you play a board game while...
Quit all your griping. Here comes an animal with striping.
You did it. You did one.
I did it.
Well, that seems like a good place to end this experience of a podcast. Beckers, where can people find your content?
You can find me on Twitter at Dr. Beckers with a Z. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty sure. Yep. Where can people find you, Bryce?
You can find me on Twitch at Last Geek Plays, Instagram Last Geek Plays, lastgeek.com, and my Twitter is Last Geek. Also, there's a Make Corp Twitter. No tweets don't really happen there, but it does have both our Twitter handles on it. If you can't figure out which letters Beckers has.
Who can blame you? I mean, I don't even know sometimes.
Depending on what episode you're listening to, you might have heard 17 different Twitter handles.
Who knows? I like to keep things real and fresh and new.
Yep. Well, this has been another exciting game experience from Make Corp. Remember, have fun.